Hi there, I'm Ash from Ash Writes Lots, and today I am joining you at HBCU Con for my panel on writing for comics. And it's a little different than other writing panels that I've seen around, and I've actually done this one before, but now we're able to actually do a lot more when it comes down to the presentation. So we're going to talk about some tips for writing in comics and then also working with the artist, because in the end, your first audience is going to be the artist when it comes down to reading a script. So I just kind of wanted to go over some options in order to help you have as smooth sailing as possible when you're writing your comics. And my artist today will be Jonny Icetower. Let me put his picture, he looks so mean. But anyway, so I'll go ahead and get on the computer to show you the short presentation, and then we'll do a live, well, not I guess live at the time, but we'll go over some options of when he's creating the thumbnails in order to work through from a script page to the actual art page. See you soon. Again, welcome to Writing for Comics at HBCU Con. I'm Ash from Ash Writes Lots again, and I write paranormal romance comic books and short stories. You can find me as Ash Writes Lots on pretty much everything. And there's me in my lovely Shonuff cosplay, because I am the master. Y'all don't hate on my apron, okay? Don't hate on my apron. And our resident artist will be Jonny Icetower. He is a comic book artist and writer. And you can find him as Jonny Icetower on Instagram, in which I know he looks real mean, but he's not mean. He's a nice guy. And today we're going to talk about story working, basically just how are you going to get everything ready for your writing, then writing the script and working with an artist. Normally, a lot of people think the process is basically writing your epic story in step 1, then moving on to 2, where you give the story to a superb artist. Step 3, you wait for the artist to give you greatness. And then step 4, you print the comic and bless the world. And that would be lovely if that was the case, but there are a few steps missing. No, really, a few. So your first step is obviously to write that lovely script. You can use a lot of different ways to write a script, since there are no standardized ways of writing comic book scripts. You're kind of open, but I do find that there are different levels of script writing, and we'll talk about that soon. Step 2, you got to create or commission character designs. So sometimes folks think that the artist that's doing the comic work is going to do the character designs. That's not always the case. They need something to work with, so either you commission them for the character designs and then you commission them for the actual comic work, so they'll be separate. So just keep that in mind. For step 3, you then need to have setting design information. Sometimes you're able to kind of get away with just giving pictures for settings and things like that, and then other times you'll have to try to either commission certain types of artwork or drawing it yourself, trying it out. I tried. Don't hate on my boat, okay? Then you give it to your artist. Again, he's not really that mean. Now let's focus, because writers write, and that was what we're going to be talking about in this particular panel. So I just wanted to make sure I gave you some preliminary information, not to think that you're just going to write and give it up to the artist. Since there are no standardized ways of writing a comic book script, I kind of just going about, reading from other folks who write about writing scripts and things like that. It seems like we have a kind of come together on how much detail for the script is really what makes a difference. So we have full detail, medium detail, and then free form. Basically no detail. In a full detail script, usually I would say as a tip, this should be something that you're using for a new artist, somebody that you may be commissioning that doesn't work with you or hasn't worked with you very much. You want to give as much information as possible. Then you want to make sure you're using the type of shots you're having in the actual script when you're using full detail, And you can use sketches to present a clear idea. And that's those, thumbnails. Benefits, I will say, would be that you have a clear design. It is going to be what you asked for because there is an example, and no questions are usually asked in this particular type of script. The drawback would be is that it's a lot of work when you're typing up all of that information for a script. It's a lot of working through it to get all the technical words in and things like that. And then it could pigeonhole the artist. The artist may feel like they're kind of blocked into having to do exactly what you say and may not actually make the decision to create a better piece of work. Now in this case, Jonny Ice Tower did a wonderful job. I enjoyed seeing the page come to life from him. Then a medium script detail, you work with the artist before, so they kind of know how you work, and you give them a little bit of freedom. They have the ability to do more. You're only giving them kind of a direction to go in. So then you don't have to have all of the technical information, where are the setting pieces placed and things like that. Benefits would include the artist gets to play more. I really like it when the artist can actually do whatever they want to, because they think better about artwork than I do. Although I am getting more into drawing comics and things like that, I'm a writer. I'm confident in writing because I love writing so much and I read on it and all the good stuff. So I would rather let the artist have fun with that. And it just takes a couple questions. Now I will say that he asked two questions for panel 3. And it was just kind of clarifying a little bit on the angle, like trying to make sure who was being seen and things like that. So it wasn't really a big issue, but for purposes of this experiment, it was 2 questions. And then the drawbacks would be increased editing time. So there had to be something that was changed in panel 3 if we were to go ahead and move from the thumbnailing stage to the full comic script page. Now the thumbnailing stage, making those edits during that time would make it a whole lot easier to get through, since you're not going to put in a whole bunch of work compared to what you would do if you were actually working on the finalized comics page. And in freeform, you let the artist take over. They're able to do whatever they want to. So the benefits obviously will be you get to be real loose in your writing. You do not have to use so many technical words. The artist has room to wow you. You can let them come back to you with just wonderful work. And then the drawback would be lots of stuff can go wrong. They can misinterpret what you said on the script, and they can have a whole bunch of questions for you. So it may slow down the actual process, and they'll have to keep on making more and more updates and edits. So then the thumbnailing process will take longer, and which will take longer to get to the finalized process. And in this case, John is pretty versatile. he really tackled these 3 pages really well. So I didn't have very much of an issue on page 3, but we did have quite a few more questions when it came down to the party scene. And then in my experience for one of my more current projects, which is the Mark of the Shark project, I gave full detailed script information to an artist who was not inside of our group of artists. Like, I just wanted to try it out to see if I can get someone to thumbnail some great work for me, in which Dr. Demas on Fiverr, he certainly did. Basically takes the page and created a thumbnail, and I thought it was pretty good. Now, there were some things that I would have changed just because of, writing purposes and kind of what I wanted to lead to. I should have put a little bit more information into it, but in this case, he did a good job. Since I did want some edits to be done, I expanded upon the actual script information a little bit by adding a thumbnail, in which, y'all, I'm so proud of my wonderful artwork that came out of this thumbnail. Look at those feet. Look at those feet. Very cute. And then I added some more reference information, which I had the research wrote initially when I sent the reference packet, but I wanted more information about the atmosphere, so I added a little atmosphere area. And also, being open to change. I'm totally okay with things being changed. Then I gave it to Jonny Ice Tower, and he was able to get a little bit closer to what I was looking for. he was able to take that atmospheric photo and make an atmospheric thumbnail, and then the smaller inserts being available for me to add in as needed to make sure that everything is being portrayed correctly. So this was a great project to get him to jump in on. Now let's put it in action. We're gonna send it on over to Jonny Eichtower, and he is going to work through a script and go from the figuring out what to put on the page and working out the page in front of us. So, hello everyone. This is Jonny Eichtower, the wonderful Jonny Eichtower, who is going to do a quick demonstration of working from a script, in which initially this was supposed to be an online presentation, and we were going to take some cues from the audience, but we're just going to have the in-home audience, which is our buddy Red and my hubby Z, who will give some suggestions on what they would like to see on a comic page, and John's going to thumbnail it out for us.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What's going on, Iceman?
Hey, how you doing, sir? What's going on, brother?
All right, we got Tavares, aka Red, and we got Zeriel Davenport, aka Z.
Z-Man the Tech.
Z-Man the Tech.
Snoley.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So like when doing a comic, you usually want to do thumbnails, which is like that small. Then you want to add, you know, your panels, which will be on the paper. You decide what you want to do, and the float. So,
Talk more about the flow, like when you start like explaining to them.
well, like the flow, like as a person reads from left to right, the panels do the same thing. So let me draw it better so y'all can see. Let me see what's going on there. Can y'all see this? Is that better on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so let's say you have this idea. Can you throw something out, something real quick? Like a dude walking to the store. Like a dude walking to store.
Over here scribing.
And then
He's gonna get some pancakes.
he's gonna get some pancakes. Boy,
He getting store-bought pancakes? That's gonna be alright?
pancakes.
Pancakes for $500.
Alright. And then after he gets the pancakes, what do you say?
Well, he's gonna need some syrup
Definitely.
Some syrup.
and some butter.
So now we're gonna need to, like, the end of the page, like, although this is not gonna be a complete story, obviously, but the page has to come to a completion. So what's the final, like, act of the page? Like, he goes and get his pancake, he gets his syrup. What's the next, what is the thing that's gonna make us want to flip the page? What's gonna happen?
There has to be a certain problem.
Yeah. Maybe that's
Problem is
Right.
going, yes,
Definitely.
So
absolutely.
a problem or some kind of villain of some sort or some kind of thing that
Yep.
somebody out there has pancakes. That's all I know.
Somebody after his pancakes.
Somebody tried to take
Somebody,
his pancakes.
so somebody's gonna debo his pancakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me that cherry.
Giving them pancakes. So we gotta show what's so special about these pancakes too. But no, we can work on that later. But so we got the gist. We got a guy walking to the store. He gets his pancakes. He gets his syrup, and somebody jack him for his pancakes and his syrup.
Right.
All right. So now, how would you work through that particular comic page? It's as if we had character designs and all that good stuff. So this is just for fun.
Oh, yep. But you're right. That would be the first thing, is to design the characters. So I'm gonna just, you know, since it's still thumbnails, just gonna, you know, give him a backwards hat, you know, some cool sunglasses. You know, this got made.
Born today.
Born today, you know what I'm saying? God bless him with these shades. Too. Hey, you know what I'm saying? So then you want to work on your background, you know, or the actual setting. So, you know, there's going to be a store. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like a quickie mart.
You just made a 3D building in like 2 seconds. Oh my
You know, trees. This is how you fill up your, you know, dead space.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
I like that perspective of the building.
Right.
I'll give them some, some light in there. Dark. So then you get your place, and now the villain. Oh,
Definitely
And bald head, he said.
oh yeah, put some stuff on them, nose like this, a little different, a little smug,
Okay.
Adam pay for anything. Look at this man. Jackass. No eyebrows. He don't get eyebrows.
Oh,
He don't get, oh man.
He's
And
definitely looking like he wants some pancakes. Definitely. That's the look.
So after you get your thumbnails, your character design, where it's gonna be, there's another thing you can do is like what I do is like track the actual movement. So I'll go another thumbnail, and this is gonna be kind of weird, but I'll be like, all right, he's gonna go to the store, so he's gonna go in, find the pancakes, and then I'm thinking the guy's gonna walk up right behind him, or when he come out, you gotta go over here, get the syrup, then come out. So some people do this, a lot of people do in cinematic, because they'll actually be like, okay, the camera's gonna be on him right here, and then when we go inside, I want the camera right here when he's picking up the shelf, and then I want the camera right here when he's walking back out. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so some storyboarding in there,
Yeah,
trying to.
well,
All right, I got
storyboard.
you.
So, and then with this, 1, 2, 3, that's already your 3 panels.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So when he comes back out, dude's gonna be behind him. Pancakes. So now we got that. So now, got online. Just gonna rip this off. Once you get those things established, dude, that guy, place, script, a little bit more layout, then I would start putting the page together. It's still going to be in sketch mode, And another thing about panels, they actually are timing. So if you have a lot of panels versus long panels, that's going to be your timing too. So, guys walking this way, you know what I'm saying? And then he talks to this guy, that's not even there, like, who am I talking to? You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, I'm over here. You see how fast
That's your
is?
beat count, like your rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Story.
And then the dude's like, just put in different, And this is what people should practice too, the stick figure stuff, because that really helps. You see what I'm saying? So imagine a guy, I know this is a little small, but imagine a guy's like walking, like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm not bad, you know what I'm saying? Just gonna get some pancakes, go for real where? That's how fast it is, but if you put them in the same scene, now it's more slow. You get more information, or you also can think about what different things you can add in the background, as like what are those things called? We add something for later for another scene.
So you're.
I forgot what it's called, but like say it's like a can right here, and then
Foreshadowing.
There you
go.
So you could put a can in this scene, and then maybe he grabs the can, and then hits him with it.
God, that's probably why his pancakes got stolen.
No.
It's a vengeance story.
Backstory, man. It's a vengeance.
Sonny didn't just give him up.
Right.
Definitely
They
not.
were taken.
It was straight.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So that's another thing about your time and panels. And one more thing on panels is that a lot of people don't really go creative with it. Like they, kind of be more established shots, but you should go crazy with your panels and do something, like let's say here, like guy's right here, but he's about to fight, so he's got his fist up, you know what I mean? And then maybe break the panel right there. make it come out a little bit. Maybe
pop out.
And then if you punch somebody, you know what I'm saying? Punch this man in the face. He's like, oh, but his hand is foreshadowed, you know, coming out the screen. Always fill up that dead space too. You know what I'm saying? He's getting choked on that.
Serious.
But like that, so just different things like that. Well, going back to the story, you know what I'm saying? Make it big. Like, going back to the story, go back here. So we got guy walks into the store. I'll probably do like 4 panels like this, since this story is so direct. But as you can see, I'm gonna do 2 panels at a time. I'll put the second one right down here. And I know it's gonna be hard to see it, but just wanna
Gotta start with the sketch.
start a sketch. So you sketch it out. Same place. And always just relax when you know what I'm saying, are sketching. Like a lot of people, they'll draw like this. And be confident with your lines. And remember, you can always erase. You know what I'm saying? So there, we got that sketch. Goes, get pancakes. So now we gotta draw him walking in. You know what I'm saying? Walking in, gonna get pancakes. So let's go back to our shot. Got him walking in. Now we're gonna go draw him on the aisle. So the camera's right there. Draw an aisle. Right here. Already has the box of mix in his hand looking at it. You know what I'm saying? He's in the frozen aisle, so I'm gonna throw them doors.
It's a good time jump. We're inferring in the space in between is a time between him going into the store and picking up the pancake mix.
Mm-hmm. Looking at it. Yeah. Shit good. Gluten free?
Well, you gonna pay. Expensive as all get. I like it.
So yeah, he's looking at it. And then he needs to go get some syrup. So I was like, where was that other camera? Oh, I only got 3. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the other camera over here. So now he's gonna get syrup. Another aisle. Gotta show, you got the syrup bottle. Syrup. Time, you know, do some lines, and then you want to fill it in, just go up and down like you're drawing buildings. But I'm doing it real fast, so, and it's a sketch.
Yes, it was good. You're good.
I'm learning
You're
so
good.
much.
Learning.
For real, this is not. This dude.
See, I told you he looked mean, but he real nice.
There you go. You still got the box of pancakes in his hand.
Ready to go.
Then somebody tries to steal his pancakes.
Uh-oh, bald head.
So,
He coming out.
You coming?
you know what I'm saying? Let me get down here real quick. See? Just chilling there. Stuff in his hand. Syrup, you know what I mean? Got an old bald head.
I
heard you had some pancakes.
Big old bubble, give me them pancakes.
Right.
Very good. We get them pancakes, boy.
You know, it's true animosity considering he could have just went and bought him some pancakes.
That's all.
Or if we would have put it on there like, oh, these are the last pancakes. Man, I'm glad I came. Or you know, like the bubble. We can work on that story. Come on now.
So he definitely has some, you know. Maybe he's all about pancakes.
All about
So
pancakes.
he got to have them all.
Okay.
One of the other guys like, no, I want your pancakes.
Specifically yours.
Specifically yours.
And start to put everything in there. Try to go a little bit more detail. Grass here. Tree. Clouds. And a small place. My poo used to run this big soul.
After all them years, huh? 30 years.
Shit, I'm trying to hold this camera still.
Oh.
Stop it. I'm trying to, it's making me laugh.
So then, you know, put some more detail. Get up on it, cool. Just got born 30 minutes ago. Sand. Everybody on.
Like you, John.
Oh.
The sunglasses on.
Might be a true
Inside now.
It's a true story. This actually happened.
And then, oops, I'm going too fast. Just gotta slow down. Jump in. And still, you know, put a little bit more detail in there just to get it going.
So do you find by putting, you know, some good work into your thumbnail makes it easier on the final project?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Most definitely. Because if you look back at your thumbnail again, it may be too sloppy to kind of get a good feeling on where you want to go with the actual story, and also this helps you knock out more detail for you not to think later on when you're actually drawing it. So you already have your own built reference for you to come from and use. So now he's in his place. You know what I'm saying?
Now, as for the scripts, you brought up something about the camera angle. Now, normally when I'm doing a full detail script, I'm putting in the type of shot. I usually don't do angles, but like I'll say wide shot, close in, you know, eye, worm level, eagle eye, you know, that kind of thing. So,
yeah, that definitely helps. That's amazing. It definitely helps. But I do that because, like, say you're doing a chase scene. Like, if this was a chase scene, you'll be like, all right, this dude comes in, gets in a fight, and runs that way. You can kind of gauge where you're going to put your camera, you know what I'm saying, for it to float.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just one thing, but it's really not on the writer's end to do that. I mean, they do it like you're already doing it, you know what I mean? But that's just more technical for
The artist.
But
Gotcha,
I would actually, like, as your writer, definitely think about it, and you can implement it. It may even help
In the creation, maybe, like when you're, yeah, because that's usually what I get whenever anyone's asking about writing for comics. Is usually, you know, how are you able to clearly portray the story, or is it a lot of like back and forth talking with the artist and things like that? And usually when I have full detail, it's not a lot of back and forth. But if I'm working with you, we can just have a conversation, and it's not very hard to get through.
There you have it.
All right, we got some nice thumbnails.
I know everything that's going on right now.
Right.
Detail.
It's detailed.
Appreciate it, brother, man.
And now if you go back to our 4 notes right there, they all hit.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, shoot, he about to take them. He about to take them pancakes. It's about to be an epic battle and
Right.
everything.
That's it right there. So
So can you read it through it?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Well, so what's happening is this. Oh, let me fill the man in. He ain't alive on the first one.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, this is technical difficulties. Okay, there you go.
Alright, so here's how the story goes, you know what I'm saying? Late night, you know, it's dark.
All right, John, you got to move over it a little bit.
Let
There
me
you go.
do some scene changing. It's dark, it's late night.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Let's give it a street lamp.
Okay.
Some ambiance.
Late night.
Ambiance.
It's late
Yeah.
night.
Facts.
Okay, so he's dead serious about getting
The
it.
pancakes.
it was
The pancakes
nobody
gotta
It
get
was
done.
munchies.
Okay.
Munchies,
Alright.
he's like, damn,
Munchies,
man, they about to
okay.
close it
Y'all
a bit.
y'all playing games.
Nobody in the
Too
stove.
many games.
Yeah, nobody in the stove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
About to close. Man, these the ones I never.
They just came out.
Just came out.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Strawberry, mango.
Oh man.
Oh,
I don't know, this is some
amazing.
tropical,
For real,
that's what
though.
I'm saying, some tropical pancakes.
Google that.
You know, and then, you know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, okay, he got him. That's what I want. I'm gonna get some syrup with this. So he went to the syrup aisle. Oh man, they got this new Hennessy syrup.
Ooh, come on.
So he about to get lit and full at the same time.
Wow.
So, as you said, like, oh, it's the last one. Nothing on the shelf, nothing on the shelf. Didn't even see that, did y'all?
Right.
Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hold up, bro. Let me go ahead and snatch that from you real quick. What are you talking about, bro? To be continued.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
I need phase 2, bro. I need
We need to know what happens in the next one.
Y'all
So
got-
that's what I want. You want to write the story, you give them enough information in order to create a wonderful world, and then you get to the end and you're like, wait a minute, we need to keep going, we need to flip this page. That's what we want.
That's awesome.
Awesome work. I'm so happy
You
with
see how
that.
fast he did that, y'all?
I was like, hey, 20 minutes, man.
That
22
was
minutes,
quick.
20 minutes.
Quick draw.
That's awesome.
Love the draw, you know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Well, okay, so John, how we find you? How do we find you?
Oh, you find me on Instagram, you know, Johnny Ice Tower. You can also find me on Facebook as Jonathan Hightower. And I'm going to be consistently posting more, but at this time, I just been really recluse and working on a lot of not just closure freelance artwork for people like with logos, portraits, and stuff like that. So I'm going to be on there active, but follow, like, subscribe. I appreciate it.
You're also a big muralist.
Oh, yeah. Do murals too.
Yeah, we might have to put that in there in the
You know,
production. There you go.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't need no projector, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Just
that's
some
huge.
chalk. Yeah.
That mural, that octopus was outstanding.
Oh, appreciate it, brother. Once
Yeah.
Yeah,
again.
man.
My God.
That's
It
like,
is so good.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. All right, that was smooth. That was smooth. It was almost messed up.
Oh,
but it was
yeah.
smooth.
I mean, the soup is
Thank
really
you.
helping me out.
Came up here, grown man.
You know what I'm saying?
So thank you so much for joining me today for this lovely panel. I always felt like it's always best to see a writer work with an artist when you're talking about working on comic book scripts and you're not the actual artist. So this was perfect. Thank you so much to the audience
Welcome, madam.
for helping us out with creating a lovely story. And I will tell y'all that there is a little backstory about them pancakes, a little inside joke about pancakes. So as soon as they said it, I was chuckling in the background. But yes, this was very enlightening. I hope that everyone learned something great from it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it back to presenter mode. Ash writes lots, and you'll hear a little bit more from me, and then we're out. Peace.
Peace.
So in summary, the scripting can take a lot of work. There are no set rules, so you can do pretty much anything. It just really depends on your artist. You have to take your artist needs into account. So if they're a person who wants a whole bunch of detail, I'm so sorry. You're going to have to go ahead and do that full detailed script and have every single piece available to them from the beginning. If they are a person who doesn't really care about that, they don't want to have all pieces laid out in front of them, they want to be able to explore in their artwork, then you might not have to do as much. You might get away with a medium detail or even a free form. It also works in other artistic encounters. I just want to add a little bit to it. When you're being very descriptive in your language and you provide reference and are specific when necessary, you can actually get some great work from the beginning and not have to go do a lot of back and forth. In this instance, I had a fashion doll design that I created for Camilla for Marker the Shark. And then I had a pose reference that I wanted her to be in. So I gave it to a lovely artist named Nadia, in which she's a character artist. And she was able to come back with this lovely piece of work. We did not have to use a whole bunch of back and forth or anything. Matter of fact, there was not really any back and forth at all. I saw the type of work she did. She had her commissions open. I asked her if she wouldn't mind doing this particular character in this pose and with these particular accessories. No worries, pay, and got this lovely piece of work. So I think that for my style of writing and working with artists, I want to give as much information as possible right from the beginning. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am, again, Ash Writes Lots, and I hope you're having a wonderful time at HBCU Con. And feel free to give me a follow anywhere. I do YouTube videos every now and then where I'm talking about writing mostly. But I'm going to start putting up a little bit of artwork just because I have fun doing art and why not share it. And then Jonny Icetower on Instagram and b.sq on Instagram in order to see these lovely artists work. Have a good one.